Hello, my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. I just received a short email from a friend, Ruth, and she said, "Wow, I was not aware of this. This is the first time I've heard it about voluntary piloerection. Piloerection is when hair sticks up, when we get goosebumps." And she said, study shows that if you can voluntarily, well, whenever you get goosebumps, your body actually produces more electricity and produces more stem cells and speeds up metabolism, and it's very healthy actually for the body. So there are many benefits if you can voluntarily activate piloerection. Well, studies are made always when people don't understand something, and then make groups of people and see what happens with them in certain conditions, and when you change the conditions, and then you try to make sense why it happened. We have to understand that piloerection, goosebumps, appear during excitement. It's controlled by involuntary muscle control, because goosebumps are achieved by muscles contracting and making the hair stand up. But you can focus on your skin and try to achieve goosebumps. You can't. Well, many people cannot move their ears. Animals do it, but people can't. But if you focus on it and practice, well, you can move them. We also often cannot move certain muscles voluntarily. They move automatically when we do certain things, like you talk and move. But let's say dog, when it's in danger, does this. But we can do it also. We can do one side, we can do other. It's just a matter of practice, because we are not accustomed to do this. So you lose control. It is almost every bodybuilder can control, and when you squeeze, you can control each muscle to jump by itself. Women can do it. So the breast goes up and down, but if they don't practice it, they don't know how to do it. We can take control of every muscle, but is taking voluntarily control over muscle, is it going to have the effects that involuntary motion does? Well, definitely not. You cannot expect that because you learned how to achieve goosebumps voluntarily, you concentrate and you get goosebumps. You cannot expect that you are going to have all the other side effects of it. Now, to explain this better, when do we have goosebumps? When we get excited. It could be either excited in a fear, excited emotionally from, let's say, liking something, and you get emotionally excited about it. These involuntary movements, well, let's say, when do you see on a dog hair go up? This is piloerection. When they are in attack mode or self-preservation but fight mode, okay, they do this, the hair goes up. Now, why does the hair go up in that situation? Because the animal is trying to look bigger. But at the same time, the dog can lay down, and all of a sudden the hair goes up. Why? Because it got cold, to trap more of its own heat and have more heat protection, or cold protection, protecting itself from cold by trapping the heat, by expanding the area, the buffer zone between outside and the body. And you are going to have certain other effects related to it, because you are getting cold, so now you have to create a little bit more heat as well. So whenever your body has to do something, it needs more electricity. So my friend Ruth says, they say that you increase the skin electric voltage, electricity goes up, and your body produces more stem cells, and metabolism goes up. Well, it doesn't, all these things don't happen because you got goosebumps. All these things happen, including goosebumps, because of excitement, because of emotion. Or, in this case, of the outside influence, of cold. So heart has to make more energy, has to deliver more blood to warm up the place, and heart is producing electricity. So every time you increase heart rate, you increase electricity. Heart is not only helping the circulation, it is your main engine producing energy, like engine in the car. You cannot say, oh, whenever you push on the gas pedal, engine go faster and you go faster. No? Because you can do that, step on engine and engine is racing and you are standing. Well, put it in a freaking gear. Well, there's another thing that you did, and now the more power you put, the faster engine is, the faster you go, but you will say, well, I'm still going slow. Well, put it in a higher gear. So there are many variables between what the engine or car can do, and even more so what the body can do. And it can engage more organs in this function, of which one of the effects are goosebumps. You know, normally, if you are in a dangerous situation and in a fear, your pupils open up because you have to see better. Your heart starts racing, you need more electricity, you need more energy delivered. What is this controlled by? Through hormones, which means your adrenal glands are affected, so you are going to produce more adrenaline, more steroids, which then affect different systems in your body. In elevated state of fear, your bladder contracts, you urinate yourself, your mouth gets dry, your skin starts sweating. Okay, these are all side effects of emotion, not side effects of getting goosebumps. Because if you learn voluntarily to create goosebumps, you are focusing only on those muscles, and you can train yourself. Every time we need to do something, or when we go into fear, or we are in danger, heartbeat accelerates because body is getting ready for a fight and flight situation. But you can decelerate the heart by, let's say, going to sleep. There is less energy needed, and automatically, this is also the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, the autonomic system, involuntary system automatically takes over and everything calms down. But then again, you have divers, free divers, that can voluntarily slow down their hearts. They take a deep breath, they start diving, and you can actually, if you monitor, you can actually see how it goes toop, 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 toop. They do it voluntarily. They're still completely conscious. They're actually even moving the body, but they consciously slow down the heart rate. It's a matter of training. You can voluntarily assume action over all muscles in the body. But we live disconnected. And mostly we work on automatic pilot, not aware of what is happening in the body. So thinking that by voluntarily opening the pupils, you are going to be increasing heart rate and increasing electrical production and increasing your metabolism and producing more stem cells, it's nonsense. But you can train yourself that voluntarily you open your pupils. Same as you can train yourself to voluntarily get goosebumps, not on a whole body, but on part of the body or whole body. It's a matter of focus and training, getting in touch with your sensation, with your sensory system. Children are much better at it because, again, they are not brainwashed as we are, that, you know, certain things you can do, certain things you cannot do, and they are cleaner and less polluted. Everything is run by programs. If you can get hold of the program, you can change everything. And when you are younger, you have more chance to get in touch with these things. But now thinking because, oh, you can voluntarily create goosebumps, which means voluntarily now you are going to increase the heart rate, voluntarily you are going to start secreting steroids and adrenaline and do all kinds of things. Well, you can, but you will not achieve it by voluntarily raising goosebumps. This is just one of the effects of emotional state. And yes, if you need to think of being cold to achieve it, well, then the emotion is going to trigger increased heartbeat and whatever. But you can do it without triggering these emotions. So again, we have to start understanding the body a little bit better and not jump to conclusions based on statistics. We have to actually start understanding how the body reacts and how it works. And unfortunately, we have been brainwashed incorrectly through our indoctrination systems to be depowered instead of being empowered. So we understand everything incorrectly and we come to incorrect conclusions. And then we are surprised when something is not working the way we were sure or certain that it's going to work. Because, again, we don't understand the body correctly. So, practicing and focusing now on how to get goosebumps is not going to bring you all the other side effects of it when it comes involuntarily as a part of the response as your body has been programmed to respond. Because it's only part of the effect. Every hairy animal in nature, when they go fighting, when they want to scare their predator or opponent, one of the things that happens is piloerection. Okay, so the hair stand sticks up because it makes them look bigger, it makes them look more dangerous. It's a part of the program. But these animals can do it voluntarily if they want to as well. Or they don't feel need for it, so they don't do it. We can do the same. As we can move ears, we can move separate ear wherever we want. We can move nose, we can move cheek. You can talk like a Sylvester Stallone and say, well, I have a nerve problem. And if you continue doing it for a while, it becomes natural to you, and then you start talking like this all the time. But you can correct it by focusing. And we just have to learn how the body functions. And unfortunately, we cannot learn it in a medical school because it is controlled by cabal, which means every information that is important, it is going to be skewed the other way. Same as we have been told, well, you cannot look at the sun during eclipse because it's going to destroy your eyes. Sun gazers are doing it all the time. Of course, when sun is high, you should not gaze to it because it is overbearing, but not for a long time. But I can do it for a while, even when sun is strong, and actually I start seeing it red with a dark shield around it. But, I'm not doing it long enough to maybe damage my eye. But then saying that, okay, but when it's in eclipse, it's specific. Well, what is eclipse? You get object between you and the sun, which will block it, which means it's much safer to look at it with bare eyes than it is if it's not in eclipse. But again, nobody thinks. We just follow information. We say, okay, you get glasses. No, sunglasses are not good enough. They're not good enough for every day, but they're not good enough when it's eclipse. Give me a freaking break. Just think about it. Okay, so again, we have to start understanding the body. And you cannot get any school books to do so because school books are controlled by Rockefeller Foundation. They are controlled by cabal. Every information will be twisted. So this way, you cannot advance. You go backwards. More educated you are more indoctrinated with lies, and more difficult it is for you to grasp the truth. This is why, for me, talking to doctors, it's a waste of time. Because they all know that, having salt will kill you. You will get water retention, high blood pressure. The idea, or even the knowledge that they have from experience, that elderly have water retention and they are all on low salt diet and on vegetable diet, so-called correct diet, and they have retention. And retention will increase when they drink water with salt. Okay, so this, you see, salt. No, they're in retention because they are toxic. And when you put plasma in a toxic body, plasma becomes toxic, and it's not allowed by the mechanism that controls us to go into the blood, because blood has to stay clean, or at least toxic. So you don't have the seepage, you cannot cleanse it out. You end up with edemas, which is then difficult to take out. So how do you take out edema? Well, the way how we have been told, well, this is stupid, that's a pest, put leeches on the body, do cupping, do bleeding. This is healing. What we are taught in the allopathic medicine and this medical university is pure bullshit. Okay, my friends, enough of ranting. Till next time, love you all. God bless you, and namaste.